Hey, it's Rick with Rock Bottom Outreach. It's Real Talk Friday. What if before you walked out that door, you knew the day was going to be disastrous? You knew before you walked out the door that it was going to be full of peaks and valleys. What would you do? I know myself, I just kind of expected it to happen. I expected a big old mess when I walked out the door because I walked around in fear. But there are days that we are not looking forward to. Maybe you've got to fire someone. Maybe you're going through a separation. You got to go to court. Maybe you got to go turn yourself into jail. We had someone the other day. So my question is this. What would you do? Would you run from it? That's not really good. Would you hide under the covers? I used to do that. And here's the worst part. You run it over in your head like 20 or 30 times, which makes it worse because it's all you can think about. Well, that's what we're talking about today, is your mindset as you approach the day. So real quick, I'm going to read out of the Jesus Calling because it's awesome. Come to me and rest in my loving presence. You know that this day will bring difficulties and you're trying to think your way through those trials. As you anticipate what's ahead of you, you forget that I am with you, now and always. Rehearsing your troubles results in experiencing them many times over, whereas you are meant to go through them only when they actually occur. And so you only need to experience it when you're going through it, but you run it through your head so many times. And so you're reliving the trauma before it even happens. Whereas you do not want to multiply your suffering this way. So you're adding insult to injury. You're making it worse. Instead, come to me, relax in my peace. I will strengthen you, prepare you for this day, transforming your fear into trust. He says in Matthew 11:28, come to me, all who are weary and burdened, I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I'm gentle, humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, my burden is light. Before you walk out the door, you've got to connect with the Lord. You've got to say, I trust you, especially on days like that you know troubles are coming. You've got to stop and versus rehearsing the trouble, say, Jesus, I trust you. Jesus, I trust you. Jesus, I trust you. When you feel that anxiety, you've got to start saying that in your mind. Call a timeout. Jesus, I trust you. That is my prayer for you today as you approach today. There's nothing you cannot handle with Jesus. And he says, I'll never leave you or forsake you. So you know what? I always say this. When I go to eat and they go, just one, which I hate that, just one, I say, no, two. It's me and Jesus. When you walk out that door today, it's you and Jesus, baby. Bam! Have a great Friday. It's Rick with Rock Bottom Outreach.